Sorry, very private. I hope that's okay.
No.
Did Loz taking super creatine affect intimacy negatively? Super creatine. Auntie Liz has opened up her anonymous inbox once again for you dirty perverts, so let's see what you've got for her. Auntie Liz, we're doing this again.
I know, because it was so much fun last time.
It was fun.
It actually was quite fun. And again, not everything is perverted.
No.
But quite a proportion.
So, first question for Auntie Liz. Are you single? Are you?
I could be. for the right person.
For the right offer.
Currently, no.
So, competition-related question. Okay. On comp days, how do you stay chilled to not stress Big Loz out?
Bury my emotions.
You bury your emotions.
Bury my emotions.
You kind of know when to leave me alone.
Yeah.
You know if I need something.
Yeah.
And it's worked out pretty well.
Don't mollycoddle him.
No.
And don't let him know how I feel. I can let him know afterwards. Yeah. Then it's fine. Just not before or during.
This is a good one. Does Loz shave his own back?
Loz wishes. Loz can't touch his own shoulder. No, I get the pleasure of shaving Loz's back.
To be fair, you've not shaved my back in a while.
No. I
shaved
it
last year.
Last month, Lozzie. Before we went away last, I shaved your back for you.
All right, last month, which was last year. What's it like being famous in the strength community but normal in the rest of the world? Great question.
Well, I don't accept that I'm famous in the strength community or normal in the rest of the world. Yeah, it's weird. It is weird.
It's always weird when no one around you knows who you are, but then there's one crazy fan that is obsessed with Strongman and knows everything about you.
Yeah, and comes running up and asking for a picture, and then everyone else around you starts wondering,
who the hell are you?
Who's that? Yeah.
Who is the weakest and who is the strongest World's Strongest Man winner? Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh, man.
I'm glad I don't have to answer this one.
Okay, strongest. There's an argument for a lot of people. I'd say probably I'll go with Zadrunas.
Okay.
I think possibly Eddie Hall was the strongest man ever when he won. Brian Shaw is sort of on par with Zadrunas. Thor was the best ever in 2018. And also Bill Kazmaier was like so ahead of his time.
That's five people. We want one.
Well, okay, I'm going to go with Zadrunas because he's my goat.
And who was the weakest winner of World's Strongest Man?
Oh, man. Okay. Not that right. So this person probably wasn't statically the strongest, and I think they had a great competition with events that really suited their body shape this year. I think maybe Ted Vanderpar in 1990.
Okay. And still, he was winner of World's Strongest Man.
Yes,
That's
exactly. So I'm not saying he's weak, but if
just
we're looking at
to the other,
just gym lifts and that sort of thing, maybe Ted. But big fan, Ted.
Very brave making this anonymous. Anyway, what's Loz's toilet frequency like?
3 times a day. Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I don't keep tabs on him. I'd rather not, though.
If there was a strongest couple show, who would be your podium?
Max and Sam would be on there. Maxine Boudreau and Sam Bellevue, who's one of the best middleweight strong women in the world. The Hickses. Paul and Shannon. Yeah. Yeah, lots of the women train, but not necessarily for strength. I don't know. Yeah, let's say Paul and Shannon. Max and Sam would be top of the podium, I think.
What about Rhiannon and
Luke? Yeah.
They're a strong couple.
Yeah, they are a strong couple. Let's chuck them on there as well. Yeah, there we go.
Sorry, very private. I hope that's okay. No. Did Loz taking super creatine affect intimacy negatively? Something I'm bothered about might happen when I get to this point in my strongman career. Super creatine. I like the sound of that.
It depends what you consider negative. If just wanting it all the time is a bad thing, then just pre-warn the missus, I would say.
There's negative effects to super creatine, but there's positive effects and negative effects depending on how you look at it. Yeah. But you need an understanding partner and you need good communication. That's kind of pretty important.
Yeah.
because you will be a little bit different in that department on super creatine.
Super.
Is there any toxicity in the strong wife community? I love that people have created this strong wife community.
It never used to be called strong wife. We were called swags.
Swags.
Yeah, strongman wives and girlfriends.
From football.
Yeah,
and then
swags. I miss swags.
Oh.
Not that I've ever seen. Like any sort of meeting of random people, there's going to be some people that maybe like you wouldn't choose to be friends with, but I've never known of any rivalries there or anything like that. And again, the women are just more focused on the men, and if anything, it's more, you know, sort of huddled together and just hope for the best. So you understand what the other one's going through. So no, not really.
Were you ever worried about being able to have kids with Loz's super creatine? They said supplements, but I like the super creatine.
Okay. Well, when I met Loz, I didn't plan to have any more children. And as a result of his super creatine, I was maybe not as careful as I should have been. But then we accidentally fell pregnant in 2017 during his prep for Europe's Strongest Man. That was your trying to retain the title. So it was quite an important competition for you. We've been very, very lucky that, you know, it was a happy accident. It wasn't planned, but obviously we were happy about it. And just lucky it's not really affected us in any way, has it?
I think, you know, I've never used a huge amount of super creatine, which helps in that department. I've always got regular checks from the doctors. But we just didn't plan anything.
I'm a picture of health and fertility.
Clearly. If you had to pick someone right now, based on what we know, who would be your winner of World's Strongest Man 2024?
Well, I have a vague idea of events, same as you do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to commit to one, but I think it will be Mitch or Tom again.
Mitch or Tom?
Yeah.
What is your proudest moment of Loz's career as a strongman?
It's got to be winning Europe's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
Because you were an underdog in everyone's eyes, in my eyes too.
No belief.
No belief.
Yeah.
Well, no, I didn't think you would beat Thor, to be honest. Like, the shape you were in, the prep, going into it.
It wasn't ideal prep.
No, it wasn't. So I just, I didn't think realistically. I thought it would be great to get on the podium and to walk away with no injury. So it was, a huge surprise, a very happy surprise when you won.
Over the years, how did you cope and feel with all of my injuries?
I buried my feelings again.
You're good at that.
I am. Yeah, I've been conditioned.
Was there ever a moment where you were legitimately concerned for Loz whether an injury would cripple him or his mental health took a dive after an injury?
For a brief moment at 2015 World's Strongest Man, when that Norse hammer came down, I thought it hit him in the head. And I was genuinely terrified, because I couldn't see from the angle. And I was really scared. But other than that, no. I think one of the most upsetting was seeing your lat go at Europe's Strongest Man 2014. That was bad and it was gross. Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah. What's your all-time favourite lift or feat by me?
It might be before we actually got together. It might be like watching on the reruns, winning the squats at World's Strongest Man.
Okay.
These are the strongest legs, baby.
I was thinking of Kaz.
Yeah, you were. Did you see Kaz when you were saying it? Were you saying it to Kaz?
I wasn't saying it to Kaz, but it was like in respect to Kaz, because like
it was a tribute to Kaz.
Yeah, it was, because like Kaz had done it when he won the squat.
Yeah,
and I looked up to Kaz obviously, and it was just stuck in my head, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to take this opportunity to
have
make a right fool of myself.
It's so funny listening back to those old World's Strongest Man comps, because you don't sound like yourself anymore. You're a bit higher pitched. It's like your balls hadn't dropped. Yeah, I was really happy with how that went. Watch it back.
Yeah, it always helps if the crowd make a lot of support for us guys.
Seriously, I'm going to put a clip.
I think they just played in like a different speed.
No.
Oh man, is Big Loz really Big Loz?
Oh goodness. He's big enough, Loz.
When did you realise that your interest in the sport went beyond just as a strong wife?
When you made me be part of the channel. And you were like, let's do videos about this topic and about this topic. And I started really putting the research in. Before that,
You were more of just a general fan, weren't you? Are you a fan?
Yeah.
You'd watch Strongman with me and
yeah,
stuff.
of course, yeah. But yeah, not a super fan.
How did you guys manage life with really young kids when Los was still competing?
I didn't go to as many competitions. And if I did, we had like extended family with us, didn't we? Like your mum.
Yeah, like it was quite rare for you to come to competitions at a certain point through my career.
Yeah, I mean, we went to Britain's Strongest Man together when Alexa was like 4 weeks old.
Yeah.
You actually weren't even competing though. And then the whole family went to Summer Mania. I went to Worlds with you in 2019 when she was 2, nearly 2. But other than that, that was pretty much it. Yeah, I didn't go to as many.
Yeah, most shows I either went with my brother, who coached me at the time, or just on my own.
On your own, yeah.
Who is the overall biggest strongman you've been around, past or present?
Thor or Brian.
Yeah.
Like when I first
If we're talking physical size.
Yeah, biggest. Yeah. When I first met Thor in about 2012, 2013, that was before he'd lost a load of weight.
Yeah, he was massive.
He was massive. Like, as big or not, if not bigger than when he did the 501
He was over 200 kilos.
Yeah, he was genuinely huge. And I remember thinking, this man is younger than me. He's like 23.
At the time, yeah.
How is this a 23-year-old? But Brian was always huge as well. I mean, Brian's still big, but back then, like sort of 2014, 15, Brian was massive.
I think the height of Brian and Thor with that just sheer muscle mass that they both have.
The depth of them and the width of them, just absolutely massive.
Someone says they saw you want visible abs by the end of the year. Does this mean Auntie Liz does a bodybuilding show?
Absolutely not. No, I sit in judgment of other people, not the other way around.
Who's your bestest friend, Rauno, Andrea, or Evans?
Rauno. There you go. I love Andrea. Evans is my new child. My 4th child.
They left Brongo off there as well, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, see? You didn't have the full list, but Rauno.
How did you and Loz meet?
We met at a petting farm.
She was petting me.
I was petting him. It was a 2-way petting farm.
How did Loz propose?
It was actually quite romantic, wasn't it? I'd been in Ireland working, and Loz was picking me up from the airport, and he met me. He was there with some flowers, and he got down on one knee and proposed. And
bear in mind, I trained legs really hard that day. The fact that I got him down on one knee just shows how much I loved you.
Yeah. I was so shocked, I forgot to give you an answer, didn't I? People started
shouting at you.
Say yes. And I was like, oh, yes, yes, give me the ring. Yeah, and then we just sort of scurried out, didn't we, like children?
How did you get into video editing? I find it so tedious and boring, just cutting a couple of my training videos. I'm with you.
Yeah, I mean, I started off, I never video edit on a phone because there's just never enough space, I feel. So I started off with iMovie on my Mac, and eventually progressed up to Final Cut Pro. But honestly, just YouTubing everything. How do I do this? How do I do this? It's very tedious.
Do you feel the current era of strongmen could be the most competitive in strongman history in terms of who could potentially win each competition?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I feel there have been better strongmen like Brian and Cedrinis in their prime. But I feel like there's much more depth of talent now. Like the Arnolds that's coming up. It's like you could
5 World's
Strongest Man winners there, and realistically 6 or 7 that could potentially win.
I say quite a lot of the time now. I don't necessarily think the top guy is any better than we've had in the past.
No.
But I think the amount of good guys is much greater these days.
Which changes the competition because there's more.
And that's why we're having so many different winners, I think, of different contests right now. Beard or no beard on Loz?
Beard. Yeah. I think our 6-year-old, who has never seen him without a beard, would be very upset if he shaved it. And I might be too. I remember
Who's this man that's come into the house?
When Eddie shaved his, it was horrifying. And I just feel like you get so used to someone's face with a beard. I don't... Like, it might be really pale and white under there as well.
Probably.
Yeah. So no, we're keeping the beard.
Pros and cons of having such a hairy husband?
Pros, it's very manly. I like hair on a man. Cons, you might get some hair in your teeth.
Anyway, moving on. If you could put together your ideal strongman, who would you choose and what body parts?
What, like a Frankenstein strongman? Okay, I would have your face. Is this for performance? Or just...
I don't know, it doesn't say.
Okay.
What do you want from your strongman?
Let's say performance.
Okay. My face, right?
Your face.
That shows how great a strongman I was. I get the face.
And your traps.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Let's go for almost comedy value. Manfred Herbal's arms. Yeah. Let's have Derek Poundstone's torso.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll have Mitch's quads.
Yeah, he's got some good quads.
Luke Stoltman's arse.
He's got a good ass.
Yeah. None of their feet. They've all got grotty feet. Hands. Your hands.
Oh, not Mark Felix's.
Oh, for performance purposes, we'll take Mark Felix's hands.
I
yes.
actually want you to put this together in a picture when you edit
God, what a horror show. There you go.
Okay.
We'll go for Benedict Magnussen's calves, though.
Okay, yeah. Who is the best strongman to have ever competed but not win a title in your opinion?
There's no incredible strongmen that never won anything. Otherwise, they wouldn't be on an incredible strongman list. So I would say Mateusz Kiliashkovsky. He has won competitions. Like, did he win the World Tour Finals?
Yeah, he's won a number of
And
competitions.
he's won some of the regional Arnold's competitions. But in terms of a big, Arnold's or Rogue, Europe's even, or something like that, I would say Mateusz Kiliashkovsky.
He's doing Europe's this year.
He is, yes.
What's the most absurd thing you've been tricked into doing or believing?
I don't think anything absurd. I don't think I'm that gullible, am I? Am I?
No.
No. Daz can't trick me into things. He might try. Unless this is supposed to be really good for your skin. Or your overall health.
What about that guy in Egypt?
What guy? No, he didn't trick me into anything.
No, he tried to.
I did not consent and he started rubbing some weird cream into my arm.
What's the first thing you do after getting home from a trip?
Put the kettle on.
I knew you'd say that. What would be your superpower and why?
Teleportation. Because with teleportation, I could do anything. I could teleport into a bank vault and teleport back out with all the money. And
planning a bank heist.
A bank robbery, 100%. And I could travel anywhere. Imagine being able to teleport to your destination.
Be pretty cool.
Lovely.
Most embarrassing moment, Auntie Liz?
I don't know. Have I had many embarrassing... I say a lot of stupid things. My mouth runs much faster than my mind, doesn't it?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I say... things all the time that I wish I could take back. And honestly, I can't even choose one because there's so many. But to me, in my head, it's funny and it's just out there before I really think it through. And it's done then. What can you do?
It's too late.
Laugh
It's
it
already
off
come
and
out.
walk away, yeah.
What has been the most flattering compliment you've ever received?
Oh, I don't know. But I do know one thing. I much prefer compliments about my character than the way I look. Like, that means a lot more. Because looks fade. My character may also fade.
Which do you listen to the most, your heart or your brain?
I never listen to my brain. Heart, every single time.
Morning wood or late night romp?
Late night. I don't want morning breath on me.
Give or receive?
Receive.
What's it like having sex with a strongman?
Oh, God. See, it just devolves, doesn't it?
You've only had sex with one strongman.
Yeah, so it's just
terrible.
a more manly version of normal sex. Where your legs have to
go stretch wider.
Wide.
Yeah, I guess that's one thing she did say when she got with me. The width of my hips is something you weren't used to. Hips.
Oh, move on.
Do strongmen pump with a air emoji a lot?
Farts, yes, all the time, and they absolutely stink. Disgusting.
Who's the worst?
Terry Hollands.
There we go. You've answered all the questions.
There we go.
Well done, Auntie Liz.
Didn't I do well?
Didn't she do well? Right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that insight into life with Auntie Liz and myself. Did you enjoy it?
No, it's very stressful. I'm like, oh God. Because some of the worst things that you say, they make the best content.
And that's why we love you, because you don't think, you just answer. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Give it a thumbs up, and we'll catch you guys next time. Take it easy.